Okay, so that's where we are. Back to what we are actually here right here. So we have automating tasks with C++, and the question is that what are the tasks that you want to actually automate with C++ and so like that. It's a lot more easier than it looks, and that is because the C or C++ itself contain a lot of modules. Like you really find yourself very interesting that way. So I can actually code this instead of using the command line. So let me show you something. For example, now we have the ls command and we have the dir command, which they do the same thing but in different format. The ls just add some formatting to the output by actually adding some informations to it like bold and color, and the dir also list whatsoever is in the folder and just give us like that. But what about we try to do something like apropos, which is like we are trying to search a library within Linux. That's okay. Apropos ls, as you can see, it's returned two chunks of things to us, but what we are looking for is that we want to look for a section, maybe section 2, anything that has to do with ls section 2. As you can see, give us a lot of some information right here, which looks really junky, which if we really want to actually be taking time to look at it, it's really bores. So let's do a propose section 2 of dir. If you have anything like that, sorry, I missed that x2 dir. You can see we have change directory, which we can change directory. We have change roots like that. We have read directory, so we can read directory. We can delete a directory. We can make a directory. And this is actually where things really get a lot of fun. So let's just do propose something like list, and also we want to check it in section 2. So we want to list something like it said listen. Also, let's go ahead and check in section 3. These are very huge information right here. Okay, let's use man page. If you say man ls, I'm just trying to look for something really something that is very light, that won't really bore us. Okay, let's see again. Man ls. I'm trying to see if there is any reference. It's trying to say also see. Okay, you just try me to see documentations from here, not really low. So man dir. So let's see what is referring us to. Not really quite sure of something. Okay, man change directory. So we know that one was there, and you can see it get us to some. You see get cwd. I don't know what it means by get cwd. Change roots. Some change roots like that. So let's see what this is. Okay, let me just show you some things you can do. If you want to make directory, I can say make directory, and the name of the directory we can call it my directory, which means that my folder like that. And if I take us back to the desktop, you can see we have a folder created named my dir out here. So one thing that is I want to delete that. What's very interesting with C++ is that we can just do it within our code, and once we get to know man make dir, so I think it give us d1. So we are going to for section 2. Okay, so what we have to do there, we have to include these guys into our code, so the start and the types. So let's just go ahead and do that. So we what to do is that include from the sys part. So we want to include start dot header, and also we are going to include, I don't know, I'm so in hurry, c splash, sorry, types dot h like that. So if I get this manual right, so we include this guy, then we are just going to go ahead and we are just going to go ahead and execute this file. Like, okay, make a directory, then where we want to create the directory, which is the character of the path name, and also the mode that we are going to use. So let's just see what kind of mode that we have to use here. So when we through the whole documentations, let's see, on max, I think the mode that we want to do is mixed in. No, if you want the parameter, say group id. Okay, um The argument mode specify the mode for the new directory. See inode 7. It is modified by the parent on marks, and in the usual way, in the absence of a default access list control, the mode is created in the directory with mode of 0770, or whether other number bits are odd number and so on to select that. So a new directory created with user ID containing. Okay, I understand what this means now. So what we're just going to do, we're just going to execute the code right here. Say make dir. So we're trying to make a directory, and right here we can say start status, like the status of that. Make dir. What you want to make it is that we actually want to make it in the present working directory. We can, which is we can do slash this and say new dir like that, and then we can just leave the mode to null. Alright, so we can leave the mode to null, and if we check some errors right here that we can get, say errors. So in case there is an error like that, it said make dir return 0 on success or -1 error. So we want to do some conditions. Say if the status is actually equals to -1, then we want to see out, okay, error making directory dir. Otherwise we want to see out, I don't know why I'm like that, directory is successfully created. So let's see what we've got. Let's run this code real quick. I think this is actually the longest part of it. Okay, let me do it the way I do it. So C++ program does C++, then the output is program itself. Let's see what we've got. So we got null. Okay, it's actually expecting us, it says null was not declared in this scope. Alright, that's nice. It's actually expecting us to put in some flag right there. So I think that should work. So it's 0777 like that. So let's run this guy again. So it didn't actually return anything back to us. So let's see if we have that directory. Okay, we've not run the program itself. I think we do. Okay, splash program. Let's see, say okay, directory successfully created, and let's do ls. You can see this directory is created and we have new directory being created. So if we go to the home page now, you can see we have this new directory created right here for us. Alright, so that's all with automating some tasks with C++. I know that's not a really cool example. What about something like ping, like that? So if you want to ping the local host, so how do you actually do that with C++? I think for what I've seen so good, I think there's a library that is named OS. So we pull it from, I think we include I think we include OS. If I'm actually right, then we can use like, let's just do it for here. You can use std tag system, then we can do ping local host. Let's see what we've got. So let's run this. We run some error. See, there is no such file directory as OS. I think it's, if it's not OS, it should be system, either of the two. Oh, sorry, what was I doing? No, I was not executing that program. So it's system, there is no such file as system again. Let's see what we've got first. Alright, so it works now. So you can see even from C++, we're able to ping localhost and just like that. So things will get much more interesting when we try our best to be like, okay, what do we want to execute? We want to execute this, and you can see it continue to ping the localhost from there. Alright, so if I run the program again, seeing it continue to ping the localhost from there. So that's how we can automate our task with with C++ rather. All right, see you in the next tutorial, please.